How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews. Back with you a little bit of Treehouse Chugger Jammers up in this piece in the form of their Outlier Kolsch. Full disclosure, I'm a billion% sure I've reviewed this before, but I cannot find it on my channel. I don't know what is wrong with me. So we're going to review it again. This comes courtesy of my boy Corey. Sent me off a bunch of Treehouse stuff, a bunch of Trillium stuff. We're diving into this one. Last beer I think he sent of the stuff that he sent off. Like I said, it's Kolsch, brewed by Treehouse. On the side here it says, brewed with a blend of German malts and European double hops, Outlier carefully honors tradition in the sense of place with notes of lemon zest, doughy malts, and gentle earthy hops. Beers that combine your attention are a wonderful thing. Command your attention are a wonderful thing. Beers that can fade into the background as a complimentary unspoken companion to celebratory moments in life are a wonderful thing and deserve to be held in a quality equally high esteem. Man, I'm butchering these. I'm just going to stop there. That's all it pretty much says. Listen, it's an orange background with slightly off-white lettering. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the best speaker of speakerers. But, yeah, that's tiny. And Daddy just got bifocal, so you do the math. Label-wise, it's cool. I really dig these kind of like small little ABV beers that they do with this kind of font and kind of scripted lettering. I kind of dig it as far as the beer goes. Looks all the part of a slightly unfiltered Kolsch. Let's even get a nose. I mean, they talk about a doughy malt in here. That's exactly what you're getting in this beer. I mean, it really does kind of lean heavily into big doughy malt. There's not a big fruit component to it. There is a soft little generic kind of bittering to it. Nothing too aggressive, but it really is that malt kind of leads the way. It's doughy, not an undercooked kind of doughy kind of sense. Sometimes I talk about like these non-alcoholic beers that this real porgy kind of doughiness to it. That's like undercooked. This is definitely kind of just like, you know, a bit of a kind of a bit more cooked through, for the lack of a better term, kind of doughiness to it. But it comes off nice. It comes off soft, while at the same time coming off a little bit crisp. Cool trick to pull off. We'll see what the taste has. Cheers. That's good. Hey, it's not like anything crazy. Probably leans a little bit too aggressively into the malt for me, at least for like a 4%. It's 4.3% Kolsch. Comes off a bit maltier than that. It really does lack, I don't say any, but a really distinctive kind of bittering. Then I wanted an overt, over the top kind of bittering on my Kolsch's, but I want a little bit of balance, and this is definitely leaning sweet. And it has a bit of flabbiness to it. It doesn't come off with that kind of crispiness that you want, or at least lighterness. I mean, you're talking about a Kolsch. It's not a lager. It's going to have some daintiness to it. But this comes off a little bit flabby. So it's not a negative beer. There's nothing there as far as really off flavors. Just a little bit out of balance, and probably just a little bit too kind of dense for me to kind of get really down for it as like a traditional style Kolsch. But definitely not a negative beer. I mean, out of this series they've done, I think there was a wit beer, and there's a couple different ones I've had, and I'm pretty sure, like I said, I've had this before. This is probably my least favorite of the bunch that they've done. But again, it's still not a negative beer. It's just kind of like a herky-jerky, a little bit out of balance, a little bit out of style. Not a negative beer. Yeah, that's all I have to it. Yeah, malt leaning away, that doughiness comes through, adds this kind of density to this earthy, flabby body, and then it kind of lacks a balancing hop. It ends up coming off more malty than anything else. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, not a negative beer, but definitely not one of the better Kolsch's I've had as late. Let's talk about that. Is it one of the better Kolsch's I've had as late? No. Value availability on this, I have no idea. Corey, let me know what's up, and leave you with, if you like what we like this beer. If you like Kolsch's, if you like lower ABV jams, if you want a bit of heft to the body, you want the malt to lead the way, you're not a big fan of bittering, even at a balancing point, you want it to be the kind of minor, super minor player in the beer, something a bit malt forward on a low ABV tip, you'll like this. Otherwise, yeah. There you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of the Treehouse right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.